Here's a great stocking stuffer idea. If your family was like mine growing up, us kids were allowed to go through our stockings in the morning, but we had to wait for the grown-ups to get up to open the presents. But stockings were fair game. So I credit my dad for coming up with this idea for us kids way back. And this is a great thing for all budgets. You're going to choose from an assortment of change and bills, pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, dollar bills, fives, tens, 20s, 50s, hundreds, whatever your budget allows. And you're going to do one for each kid. This is a great way to fill up the stocking. It'll slow down the process of going through everything, in like 2 seconds. It's a good time killer as it takes a little while to unravel, as you can see here, with the yarn and collect all the money. So, to start with, let me pick it up here. If you already have a ball of yarn, unravel it. So I'm going to do that now. Just let me do that and I'll come back. Okay, wow, that was a lot of yarn. I just picked this up at my mom's house, so I had no idea it was this big. Anyway, you can use yarn. This is probably, I don't know, medium thickness yarn. I don't know. It doesn't really matter what kind of yarn you use. If you want to be really mean, you can always use something like sisal rope, but I wouldn't suggest that unless your kids happen to be like dogs or cats. But anyway, they're probably not going to do this or care about money. So, with the yarn unraveled, you have a few options. My dad said you'd always use 2/4, and you'd take the yarn, put the end of the yarn between the 2/4 and start there, so I'll do that one. You could also use like a folded up dollar bill into a square. You could use that. If you want to do some money origami, maybe a little fancier, you could use like a ring, like this one that I made. And if you're interested in learning how to make a money origami ring out of a bill, or like a bow tie, or this ring, or other things, you can check out my other videos. I'll put some links in the description box. So anyway, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start with the quarters. Go original. Do it old school. So we squeeze quarters together, and you just start rolling, start varying it, maybe do 90 degrees. Oops. Sometimes I'm a little rusty at this, but it's certainly not that difficult. So once you get it going, you want to get it to the point where it's in a ball. Just keep turning it a little bit as you roll it. Obviously it's not going to be completely round. And then go ahead and pause this again. Okay, so once you've got a small little ball going here, remember I have the 2/4 inside there, you can go ahead and start adding more change or more bills, and just do one at a time. Hold it there until you get a couple strands around it, so it's not going anywhere. As I say, you just slowly turn the ball a little bit each time, and that's not going anywhere until you unravel it. And you just keep going on and on, adding money as you go until you run out of yarn. Maybe I'll hold up a dollar here like that. You just wrap that, and kind of space them around the thing that's there. So maybe we'll put a quarter over here. I'm putting these too close together. Usually you have several revolutions of yarn before you add another coin. If you didn't, it'd probably get kind of heavy, but it's whatever you want to do. I don't think anybody's ever done this in my family, but it would probably be pretty funny to just do all pennies and just put a ton of them in, so this thing weighs like as much as a bocce ball or something, except it'd be a giant money yarn ball with 58 cents or whatever, or $5.80, whatever you could cram in there. That'd be a lot. So I'm going to pause this one more time until I get to the end of this, because there's a ton of yarn all over the floor here. Still rolling. This is kind of cool. Almost looks like there's $4 in here, but this is just that bow tie I wrapped up around here, flattened it out. I say, like most things in life, it takes a lot longer to create something than it is to destroy, or in this case unravel. Although it should take the kids a little bit of time, to undo this. It's certainly not as much time as it takes to actually roll this thing up. I was going to say, if this is the first time you're doing this for your kids, don't put anything to the point where you can see it sticking out in the yarn. So, have a lot of extra yarn that completely covers up what's inside. And that way the kid at first will be like, what the heck if I get a piece of yarn for a ball of yarn? I didn't want yarn. I don't, whatever. So I kind of mess with them that way. Another thing is be sure to count out equal amounts of money for each kid so they don't have a cow. Unless you're like into playing favorites or something, then go ahead and drive them nuts. So we're at the end of the thing, and to finish it up, just leave a little bit of a loop like that, so you can tuck under the last bit of yarn so it doesn't unravel. Oops, of course I didn't do that very well. And there you go. So that's good to go in the stocking. Put it in the bottom and the foot of the stocking, whatever, wherever you want to put it in there, help fill it out. Finally, don't forget the orange. This is another tradition. My mom always puts an orange on the top of the stocking, and that helps fill it out as well. You don't have a lot of stuff to put in a stocking. Some years, nowadays things are getting so much smaller, it's hard to fill out those giant stockings that people seem to have, and I guess you could put tube stocks and stuff like that in it, but these are things that we've always done in my family. While I was making this video, I actually came up with an idea, a variation on the money ball that could be a cute idea or a cute way of doing a proposal. Is that you could put in the center, instead of the quarters or the dollar ring I had here, you could put the engagement ring in the middle and then wrap it up and then put some money in and stuff. And especially if this is not the first time doing this, the person's thinking, oh yay, here's my money ball, let's go unravel it and throw it around, roll it around the floor, see what's my take this year. And then in the center there's the engagement ring, or it doesn't even have to be an engagement ring, it could just be like a nice ring or whatever in the center as a nice unexpected gift, and putting a little twist on it. So that's my idea for you to use as you will for a stocking stuffer idea for Christmas this year. So thanks for watching.